Welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here in the woods near Tamarack with Ray Vlasic, and we are here along the North Country Trail, which is in the process of being built. And Ray, it's been a while since I talked to you.
Yes, it has. That was a few years ago when we were much further north working on the trail then.
All right. Well, talk a little bit about North Country Trail. It's a 4,600-mile trail.
It's a 4,600-mile walking trail from New York to western North Dakota, and about half of it's finished up to this point in various sections. We have now completed, there's 150 continuous miles right here in Becker, Clearwater, and Hubbard, and Cass County. So there's a really nice section done.
All right, and each section, I'm sure, poses a little bit different trail building.
Right, it did. This particular section that we're looking at right now is very unusual in that we're building the trail up. Typically, we'd be digging into the earth to create a treadway for people to walk on. But this area has Native American artifacts, so we're actually covering the artifacts to make sure that they stay protected and don't get damaged.
Okay. And this, of course, being 2013, we've had a rather harsh winter, and I know that trail building probably hasn't gone as quickly this season yet as you'd hoped.
Definitely. We have a deadline here of June 1st to get this work finished, and of course we got a late start, so I don't know if we'll get it done or not, but we'll try.
All right. Typically, how much, talk about a little bit about the volunteers and, how much trail do you lay down, I guess, in a season, or what is your goal?
Yeah, sure. Well, typically in the past, we've completed about 4 to 5 miles a year. But last year, because we had a legacy grant, we were able to hire the Minnesota Conservation Corps more than what we normally do. And we actually completed 21 miles last year and completed the whole section through Tamarack, with the exception of a few things that need to be finished up. This is the Laurentian Lakes chapter. There's various chapters that are responsible for the trail, the different sections, and the chapter has about 80 members. On Monday we had 9 volunteers out that were working. Yesterday we had 6. Today we have 4. A few people are gone today at chainsaw training, so we don't have quite as many.
Okay, so there's specific training that needs to be done to work on this trail.
Yes, there is, and this, of course, is a national trail sponsored by the National Park Service, and there's some protections afforded to the people who are working in terms of insurance and things like that. And people who take chainsaws have a training. They have to be certified. They have to take first aid training. And that's provided by the National Park Service.
All right. I'm here in the woods with Ray Vlasic, and we're talking about the North Country Trail being built through Becker County these days, and we'll be back with more. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings. Carol McCarthy here near Tamarack National Wildlife Refuge. Actually, we are in the refuge.
Yes, we are in the refuge.
All right, Ray Vlasic from the Laurentian Lakes chapter of your hiking group.
Yes, the Laurentian Lakes chapter is one of about 30 or 32 chapters in the North Country Trail Association. And the chapters are responsible for constructing, maintaining, and promoting the trail. It's strictly a volunteer effort, aside from the fact that we do obtain some grants to do some work. The chapter has about 80 members, as I guess I said, and it's responsible for Clearwater and Becker County. From Itasca State Park to Frazee is the area that we're going to be responsible for and build.
Okay, great. And, we're here today not only because this is a very cool thing happening, but coming up is National Trails Day.
Yes, National Trails Day is going to be a big celebration this year because it's going to be the grand opening of the trail here in the Tamarack National Wildlife Refuge. And there's going to be a presentation at Frazee High School by, I forgot the name, Tikkanen, in the evening. And then on Saturday, the 1st, June 1st, there will be hikes all day long. I think there's 8 hikes altogether, and the grand opening ceremony is going to be at 10 a.m. in the morning. And all of the activities are down at the Pine Lake boat access. Okay. That's where they're going to.
All right. And, this is just a great thing for our area. Not only will it bring in lots of people to hike the national trail, but, hiking is a very great physical activity, and you've been involved in this. Now, when did the Laurentian Lakes chapter start?
The Laurentian Lakes chapter started in the beginning of 2007.
Okay.
That's when we were formed. Yes, hiking and walking is the #1 Minnesota recreational activity.
Yes, and lots of communities. I know Frazee is a community that wants to be a trail city. So I know that this, like you said, it's going to go into Frazee and then out through. I mean, describe a little bit the rest of the trail now. We're in along Tamarack Lake, and talk a little bit about the rest of the Becker County area.
Right. Well, it'll go down to Frazee, and from Frazee it'll go to Maplewood State Park. Okay. That's the next main destination for the trail.
All right, and it'll end up in western North Dakota.
It'll end up in western North Dakota, right.
Okay, so very good. Just a great thing we have here in Becker County, the North Country Trail, Ray Vlasic with the Laurentian Lakes chapter. And we are here. And Ray, now we're standing on this. Obviously, I'm wearing sandals, which is not hiking gear. But if people want to come out for National Trails Day, I mean, what is a typical dress? I mean, what would you recommend?
Well, just good walking shoes, because the trail isn't rough. There's no rocks or things to stumble on. So just a good pair of walking shoes is all it needed, and always bring water, plenty of water.
Okay. All right. And, eventually along the trail, are there going to be, primitive campsites and all that kind of stuff?
There are. We designed the trail to have campsites about every 8 miles. Although they are more frequent in this area north of here because there's a lot of activity due to Minnie Point Scout Camp and Itasca State Park. So there's a lot of hikers coming through the area.
All right. So if you want, what would you say is the best access to the trail at this point if people wanted to hike? I mean, people can actually hike on this now?
Yeah, oh, yes, they can hike on it. Yes, definitely. In Tamarack, there are several points of access. There's a point on the east side on 400th Avenue. There's a trailhead there. There's a trailhead on the Blackbird Auto Tour route. And then there's access along the 29 here all along Tamarack Lake.
Okay, great. So what's some etiquette people need to know about hiking on a trail?
Well, obviously don't drop trash, because we don't want to see trash on the trail. I don't know. I guess the trail's open for anything. I mean, you can bring dogs. There may be some restrictions in Tamarack. I'd need to read the rules there. But in other areas, they can bring pets along.
Okay. And is there a website that shows the route?
There is, northcountrytrail.org/LLC for Laurentian Lakes chapter, and there are maps there, and there are maps at all of the kiosks of the trail.
Okay, great. Well, Ray, you do good work, and I'm glad I caught up with you today here in Tamarack, and who knows, maybe next year we'll be near Frazee.
Yes,
Okay.
I hope so,
Right.
or at least a 34.
Okay, great. Ray Vlasic here with me, Carol McCarthy, for Hometown Happenings on TV3.